This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're coming to you from the Dawson James Securities 4th Annual Small Cap Growth Conference 2018 in Jupiter, Florida. With me today is Richard Gabriel from GLG Pharma. It's a private company. Richard, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's good to have you. Let's get started with a brief overview and we'll move from there.
GLG is an oncology company focused on STAT3 inhibitors. By inhibiting these mechanisms, we prevent metastatic cancers and cancer stem cells from spreading throughout the body. We focus on ovarian, glioma, and breast cancer.
Let's get some history on the company, if you would.
Sure. The company was started in 2009. GLG stands for Gabriel, Lovell, and Gomez. We started it with some properties from the Moffitt Cancer Center. The Moffitt Cancer Center owns 15% of the company, and we've been developing these portfolio products since then.
What is your competitive advantage?
Our competitive advantage is we've developed a system that we call GXC3. And that GXC3 technology fools cancer cells into believing that they're still inside the body when in fact they're in a petri dish, and we can screen multiple drugs and multiple drug combinations against them.
What is the competitive landscape in your field?
Well, we're sort of introducing a new concept, which is since the cancer cells are so good at fooling our immune system, we thought, well, why don't we fool them? So that's what we did. And in our space, actually, we're probably unique in that aspect because we're using multidimensional, what they call multidimensional matrices plus biomarkers to fool the cancer cells, and we don't know of anyone that's doing that right now.
Let's discuss your target market.
Our target market initially will be the oncologist and the patients. So in ovarian cancer, 40% of the women survive the standard line treatment, which is Taxol, carboplatin, or cisplatin, but no one knows why. So our goal is to be able to fool those cancer cells and figure out, instead of a coin toss of a 50-50 when a patient goes in, we can switch it to maybe 70-30 or the best case maybe 90-10, which would be a huge benefit for ovarian cancer patients.
So how does it work?
That's a real good question. So right now, a lot of the companies are focused on what they call immunotherapies. And immunotherapies are targeted cell markers or cancer cell markers that have been identified. We took the position that we are not smart enough to know how cancer cells mutate in all the different cancers. So what we've done is we've set this system up to allow the cancer cells to tell us which biomarkers, which media, which growth support systems do they like the best. And that's really the basis. So it starts from the pathology lab, or the surgical oncologist pulls a sample out. It comes to the pathology lab. The pathologist then uses our 3-kit system to then we can screen all multiple combinations of drugs and multiple dilutions across that person's individual cancer cell type.
Now, what is your background and the background of some of your associates in the company?
Well, my background is I have a BS in chemistry and an MBA. I've been an entrepreneur since 1984. The GLG Pharma, myself and 3 other individuals started it. And, this is really a sort of a life's mission for us. Breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and glioma are one of the 3 most deadly cancer diseases, and it's still there still aren't enough medications out there, and the medications that we have, no one actually knows how to change the protocol. The only way you change the protocol is data. So that's what we're doing. We're gathering data. It costs about $12,500 per patient. Compared to the PDX mouse model, which is currently being used and costs $25,000 to $45,000.
So what are some growth drivers you can tell me?
Well, some growth drivers are every pathologist that I've talked to is excited about this technology because they literally can culture the cells on the matrix, peel it off, drop it onto a slide, and look at it histologically. So pathologists like to look at cells, and they also like to do all the other screening, but they also like to look at cells because it's a histological thing. So we built the product so that a pathologist could look at the histology of the cells and then use a variety of stains and confirm what they believe is the target cancer.
Richard, let's get your website out there for more information.
Sure. The website is www.wefunder.com/GLG Pharma. We encourage everyone to go to that website. You're going to learn a lot about the company.
Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Gabriel, GLG Pharma. It's a private company. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the Dawson James Securities 4th Annual Small Cap Growth Conference 2018 here in Jupiter, Florida. Richard, thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you so much.